Call to order a meeting for the Normal Town Council for October 2nd, 2017. Please call the roll.
Mayor Kus,
Here.
Mr. Fritzen, Mr. McBride.
Here.
Mrs. Cummings.
Here.
Mrs. Lorenz.
Here.
Mr. Preston.
Here.
Mr. McCarthy.
Here.
We'll begin with a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As always, our first item, there is no public comment tonight. No one has requested to speak to the council.
Your mic.
Your mic on?
Mic is on.
Yeah, it's on.
Must be something back there.
There it is.
There it is, yeah.
Got it? We proceed to the omnibus agenda, items that are considered routine in nature and will be handled by one vote unless a council member would like to pull an item for discussion. I'd like to be excused on voting on any bills I may have incurred in my duties as mayor. Mr. McBride?
I'd like to be excused from voting on the GLT bill, please.
Move approval?
Second.
Items considered on the omnibus agenda tonight are approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of September 18th, 2017, and approval of town of normal expenditures for payment as of September 27th, 2017. A resolution to award the bid for a service truck with utility body for water department to Sam Lehman Ford at a net cost of $37,133.47, including a trade-in allowance. A resolution to award the bid for a backhoe loader for the water department to Martin Equipment Incorporated at a net cost of $45,115, also including a trade-in allowance. A resolution to waive the formal bid process and accept quotes totaling $69,734.58 from Dell for the purchase of computer equipment. A resolution to accept water treatment plant chemical bids for November 2017 through October 2018. A resolution accepting the base bid, alternate 2, alternate 4, and authorizing a contract with Craftmasters Incorporated for the replacement of a low-slope roofing system at the Community Activity Center, and that's in the amount of $68,900. An ordinance adopting a revised purchasing policy manual. And that's our agenda. Please call the roll.
Mr. McBride.
Aye.
Mrs. Cummings.
Aye.
Mrs. Lorenz.
Aye.
Mr. Preston.
Aye.
Mr. McCarthy.
Aye.
Mayor Kus.
Aye. The omnibus agenda is approved. We have two items of general orders tonight. The first is a resolution approving an additional $35,000 in construction costs to the contract for replacement of traffic signals at Towanda and Vernon Avenues, and that's for pavement patching.
Move approval?
Second.
Is there a discussion on this item? Please call the roll.
Mr. McBride.
Aye.
Mrs. Cummings.
Aye.
Mrs. Lorenz.
Aye.
Mr. Preston.
Aye.
Mr. McCarthy.
Aye.
Mr. Fritzen. Mayor Kus.
Aye. The resolution is approved. Item 8, it concerns the same issue, a supplemental resolution to appropriate an additional $35,000 of the town's allotment of motor fuel tax funds for the traffic signal improvements at the Towanda Avenue, Vernon Avenue intersection.
Move approval?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion on this item. Please call the roll.
Mrs. Cummings.
Aye.
Mrs. Lorenz.
Aye.
Mr. Preston.
Aye.
Mr. McCarthy.
Aye.
Mr. McBride.
Aye.
Mayor Kus.
Aye. That supplemental resolution is approved as well. We have one item of new business, and that is a motion to adjourn to executive session under Section 2C3 of the Open Meetings Act concerning an appointment to fill a public office.
Move approval.
Second?
Please call the roll.
Mrs. Lorenz.
Aye.
Mr. Preston.
Aye.
Mr. McCarthy.
Aye.
Mr. McBride.
Aye.
Mrs. Cummings.
Aye.
Mayor Kus.
Aye. Will adjourn to executive session. Are there concerns or comments anyone would like to make before we do so?
Mayor, I just wanted to take a minute to acknowledge we had a significant event in Uptown on Saturday, Worldwide Day of Play. I wasn't able to attend because I was out of town, but it was, I understand, hugely popular. Beautiful day. I want to acknowledge Shelley Berlin-Meyer and her staff at the Children's Discovery Museum for doing the lion's share of the planning and work, but there were a number of departments involved and people in this room, and but it was another great event in Uptown, and the weather couldn't have been better, and the crowds were, I understand, very, very strong. So, and there were some volunteers too. In fact, some of those volunteers, special volunteers, will be acknowledging at your meeting on October 16th. And I just did want to mention there will be a special joint work session with the Planning Commission on the 16th to for you to receive the comprehensive plan that is being wrapped up as we speak, and it will be hot off the presses on that evening. And also a reminder, on the 16th, we'll do the traditional tree lighting ceremony in conjunction with Illinois State University's homecoming week. So we'll do that in between the work session and the regular session on the evening of the 16th. So it'll be a busy night.
Great, thank you. We are adjourned to executive session.